Good morning, good morning. Hi, Fancy. We'll get going in just a few minutes. I'm so glad to have you here already, Fancy. That's awesome. Let's see, maybe I will jump in my swim tube. There. How's that? Haha, life is good. If only I was really in a swim tube. That'd be even better. With my laptop, a waterproof laptop. Let's do this. Let's go in here. There. Look at that cigar. Look at it. Look at her. Who does she think she is? Oh, girl, you're not that special, and you're dropping ashes all over your face. Good thing you're wearing those giant glasses. You'd be getting those ashes in your eyes. Look at my cinematography skills. Just wow. Wow. There. I'm silly. Okay, guys, I have to show you. I have to show you my favorite part of this animation. I'm so proud of it. It's right here at the end. So I'll wait for her to come in. Now watch. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I know it's so simple, but look, boop, goes boop, and then it starts spinning. And then it doesn't do anything else like logical, but I was like, I'm so happy with how that turned out. And then I was in a time crunch to finish this before the beyond the NFT yesterday. So then after that, I was like, it just needs to get through. So that was the only time I made something like super specific to match the animation. All right, I'm gonna start sending out the bat signal. How much time? Oh, it is time. So yeah, let me do this. Argentina for builder basics. For no, I should say join me for my tutorial class teaching you how to build Decentraland. Click. I have to like say it out loud as copy. All right. Here, I'll just do this. This is such a good view. It'd be so cool to do a time lapse of just being on the little inner tube. Oh, and there's a T-Rex down there too. Watch out for the T-Rex. Look at those cinematography skills, guys. Wow. Look at that. That is so cool. That is one exists. I don't know why he's chomping at my wall, but he is. Alrighty. So, I will get going, but the scene deployed late, and so if for me, I still see the scene down here at the bottom. This is the difference. The one down here, or the one I'm on, says take the elevator to be on the NFT, because that's where being on the NFT was last night. And then it does not have a screen there. Whereas a new version, like if you just pop in, you're going to see it. You're going to see it over here. Oh, and I don't see screen live yet. So I'm gonna see if I can replicate that glider glitch. Do you guys remember last week when I was in this build and I like jumped through it and it activated the glider? Ooh, I don't want to hear myself talk. Nope. But the screen is live, so that's good. Let me make sure I have no sounds. I don't know any sounds. There we go. All right. Let's see. Yep, okay. I see it up there now. We're good to go. Guys, get your OP badge down here. Same spot. I'm getting to the point where La Cantina is like getting a lot of different pieces thrown together. So I need to, I mean, I have a master plan for it, but I do kind of need to go through and clean up. I think at this point I'm going to make it impossible to get through the building because of the new NFT build up here. So when I was moving stuff around, I realized like I gotta either like build really carefully or just make a new way to get up there. I like MGT here in the woods. Okay, see, careful, beware the missing collider. So why is that one floating? That one is not floating in Blender. I bet it's because I'm looking at a collider on this build in Blender. So, yep. So I think I'm gonna have to do a lot more like building stuff. But then I'm like, do I do it, or do I just go? Like, do I keep patching it, or do I go with, I've been building something else for a while, and so I kind of have to decide which one it is. Alright, so, as is the case, kind of all over the place, I think with the build, like, I think anybody that gets here at the beginning, you're going to see this scene. If you get here later, the screen is going to be down below. So it's like, that's perfect chaos as normal. But I'm glad to have, hello, a few viewers over on, well, not X, on YouTube. Thank you, Fancy and Fred. I'm really excited for today. Each week I'm trying to think of something that I can do that we haven't done before that will, like, be meaningful. I feel like last week was kind of, like, low, I don't know, like, I don't think it was as useful as other things, so I want to make sure that what we're doing is useful. I'm going to take a big drink of my coffee because I have a sore throat, or I'm getting over a cold, and I don't want to be coughing too much with everybody here. So, today, I'm hoping Old Guy shows up, but may or may not. Today, I want to show you how I built these trees, basically. Old Guy said something about, like, the amount of triangles he's used. And it made me realize, like, we haven't done transparent textures yet. Because, yes, if I had to sit there and make all these individually, that would be a lot of triangles. I think, Fancy, you did that, and that's crazy and cool. Ooh, look at that one. It, like, disappears when I look at it. Ooh. Oh my gosh, look at that. I know there's an update coming from Decentraland also about, what is it, planes, and then back face culling. And I don't know if that's what back face culling is, where we're not seeing it. It could be. So I think pretty soon maybe I'll do a class on that, like after they push the update, so we can see what they're talking about. But these trees are not triangle-y. They're not at all. Actually, they are, but like for a different reason. And I also want to show you how to make the texture of the tree bark, because it's really cool. Extruding is like so much fun. However, there's one big pitfall when you're extruding stuff that I want to show you how to avoid today. So that's kind of what we're going to go over. Oh, Mean Green woke up. TM. Um, oh, Enya, hello. Welcome. So glad you're here. Thank you for coming. Oh, I hate my voice. Alright, so let's get to it. Let's look at... Yeah, my trees are beautiful. God, they're more beautiful than I intended. Like, sometimes you get something that you're like, I can't believe it worked that well. And the trees are one thing. Like 2 summers ago when I wanted to make the cantina, the palm trees that blew in the wind were actually, that's all I wanted. Like, I have this thing about palm trees. If you look at my phone, whenever I go someplace warm, it's all I have is like palm trees and pictures of the sun peeking through the fronds. And so I just really have a thing for palm trees. And I live in the snow, like there's snow on the ground right now. So like having a deep love for palm trees does not work well when you live in the mountains. And so I was like, I want to make it so that I can be by palm trees all the time. So that's what I did. I'm trying to figure out the voice thing. Like, obviously I'm sick, so my voice sounds bad anyway, but then on YouTube, it sounds really weird. So Sin has been trying to help me with that. No luck, but we were told that when I change screen, maybe that's part of it. So I'm not sure if you're re-listening on YouTube, if my voice just got weird. I think there's a chance for that. Okay, so transparent items. They are so easy, actually. As always, we're going to start in Blender. I'm going to hit A to grab all of it, X, and just delete it. I don't need any of that. Even if you know what, actually, I'm going to bring in a new cube, and I weirdly like to start with like a fresh one instead of using that one. So we are going to use a cube today. I'm going to kind of like stretch it, make it like this. And in order to use a transparent like item, you do have to like remove the background. So I think Apple iPhones do that. If you just like hold your finger down on it, it'll remove the background. Also, if you download images, like if you're using like, I don't know, like Adobe stock photography, anything like that, you can remove the image. Adobe Express is really good for editing and removing that image. So for today, we're going to do a leaf. And what I want to do, I've got my box grabbed. I'm in object mode. I'm going to go down here to material, new, base color. I'm going to hit the yellow dot, image texture, and then I'm going to open, and then I'm going to go, like, you have yours, pre-saved. And then I'm going to import it, blah, blah, blah. Can't see a thing, so remember to go over to this up here. That's always going to be the difference. Like, I remember getting an image in and being like, I can't see it. So if you have been part of these builder series in the past, you'll kind of know a little bit about like the editing, but I'm assuming we're not, so we'll go over that real quick. Just make sure you've got your object highlighted. Go into edit mode. And then I'm probably still going to hit A because it just gets all of the stuff on the back. I don't need it necessarily. And then go into UV editing. And again, that forces this to go back to that default. And so I'm going to go in here and make sure I'm on that so I can see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. As you build more, this will be really like second nature, just getting everything set up. All right, so over here, I'm going to hit A for all. I want to select all of that. And then S, I'm just going to hold S down as I go, and that's to size it. Blender's kind of like a math equation. There's a lot of ways to get to the same answer. So if you would rather just use the sizing tool over here, you could do that too. But right now, the focus is just getting it to where all of our leaf is covered. There we go. Pretty good. There's a little branch over here that sticks out on the end, but that's okay. All right, so it looks good on this side. This is the side I'm looking at. But over here, excuse me, it looks bad because we've still got these pieces showing up. This is magic. This is Mr. J taught me this one, so thank you, Mr. J. It was a lifesaver. Go back into edit mode. Now we could go and click each face, usually right here, it's going to be set to these little corner nuggets. I like to rename stuff. So let's do this right here. I'm going to hit 1 and hold down the shift key. 2, 3, 4, 5. Or if I was really lazy, I could just hit A, all, and then holding down the shift, just click that one and undo it. So if you're doing a big space, that's way quicker. And now, UV editing, and you can see we've got all of this highlighted. And what I'm going to do is make these really small and just hide them in the area next to the leaf. So just there. And now when I go over to this side, you can see it's just black. It's good. But it's not transparent yet, is it? It's not transparent, and I want to see through this leaf. I actually tried this morning. I did it, and then I redid it, and it didn't work, and I was so panicking, but then I realized what I did wrong. And actually, I can see a little bit of overlap right there. So I'm gonna go back into edit mode one more time, and what that's from is just getting a little too far. Let's see, right there, probably right there. And I think I did the same. There's a little stem sticking through there. Maybe what I'll do is actually grab, trying to think of where, yeah, right there and there, and just bring these two down. So you can also do it like this. All right, close enough. I still see it, but I'm not gonna nitpick it too much. All right. So when I first started trying to make transparent stuff, I was hitting my mouse. I'm so frustrated. It's not transparent, but I used a transparent picture. I know it should be transparent. Guess what, guys? This is so easy. It's so easy. They make it hard. As Greensifer would say, it's rigged, guys. They're gatekeeping. So here it is. All you got to do, make sure you clicked on it. Go to shading up here. And now it's not opening. It's taking its time. It's freaking me out. Oh, Blender's not responding. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Stand down. All you got to do, I'm going to zoom in so it's really clear. Seriously, the easiest thing in the world. Alpha right here, alpha right there. And boom. That's all it takes. We're 15 minutes into the class and I've been gabbing for 10 minutes. So this is literally a 5-minute fix for you to get the transparent image in your file. So now I could have this as a leaf. It looks pretty good. It's got this white fuzziness, which I'm not 100% sure why it has that. But to me, this just feels so easy that more of us should use this. I should have this leaf everywhere in Cantina. So again, just shading. You're just going to connect the alpha to right here. Now, this morning when I did it, I was like, what the heck? Oh my gosh, this class is going to go horrible today. And then I was like, oh, okay. I just did it to the wrong one. I mean, you can do it to all these other things. See what happens. Sometimes that's you can make some cool stuff happen that way. But alpha, that's what you want, that alpha channel. That's what keeps it transparent. I'm going to jump back over here just to take a look. Okay. All right, I just want to make sure, since people that are getting here later to the scene today, I'm sorry, the screen is going to be down low and we're up above. It's chaos. I was trying to do a good thing to make the little scene up above for Sinful, thinking, okay, I'll just move the screen in between these, and it'll be easy peasy. I don't know if it's easy peasy. Okay, so we have a flat leaf now, and I can make this kind of make it thin. It's actually going to be easier if I do it like this. Watching. Go. And it's gorgeous, right? But it is kind of still a flat leaf. So if you had this everywhere, You know, it would look cool if you're looking at it straight on, but otherwise it would not look so cool if you looked at it from a different angle. And if you look in Decentraland, hello everybody. Oh gosh, can I get up here? If you look at my palm trees, they are not flat. They are crooked and they're animated. Um, so as I was making this palm tree, I love palm trees, so I really put there's like way more thought into this than probably anybody realizes. But um, the leaves, like as a palm tree grows, they lose, structural support. So like they kind of dangle more. So the fronds on the bottom are going to be hanging downwards more. Whereas the ones in the middle are going to go straight out because they're still strong. They have that fiber, they're going to be able to be really easy to support their weight. And then the new ones, they're smaller and they're going to be more upright. So I think this version, I took a bunch of branches out. But I wanted to make it look like, okay, like here, this palm frond, sorry, my voice sounds bad. This palm frond is like going straight down to the ground. So that is like logically probably the first one that's going to fall down. Even though this is a virtual palm frond, I want it to look realistic. So I had to bend these. They're not all the same. So like the ones going out to the side are pretty much, oops, almost completely, oh gosh, first day in Decentraland, guys. Okay, so you can see they're almost straight. Why am I doing this with that animated palm frond? But you can see these guys are a little bit more curved, and then by the time these old dogs down here, they're really curved. So I really, yeah, see that? Oh, I love horticulture and botanies. Now I'm like enjoying, like this one's really, like he's sad. He's a sad frond, but he's gonna fall and he's gonna get repurposed into some hair product or something. I don't know. All right, so I hate it when I come back and I accidentally click a button. So do that with this guy. Since we just have a cube, right? And I'll turn on the statistics to see how many triangles we're at. We're at 12 triangles. Like, look at this, guys. If you made this leaf out of Blender, it would be like 800,000 triangles easily if you made it like an asset. But because this really only is a cube, it only has 12 triangles. So when my friend recently said, your palm trees must have had a lot of triangles, it's like, no, like they really didn't. They did, because I'll show you what I did next, because I got lazy, did did this next part. All right, so I want like the rib of the leaf is going right through the middle. So technically I kind of want to like chop this thing right in the middle. And in order to do that, I go over to edit mode, and I'm going to go over to edge and subdivide. And if you were here for the flag class a few weeks ago, really all you're doing is the same thing. You're subdividing it. So now I can chop this in half. Oh, look what I did. I only subdivided this face. So I'm gonna Control Z. I'm gonna hit A to grab all of it. I'm gonna do that again, because it wouldn't have worked if I did it like that. So you can see every single face, it cut it in half twice. It's kind of like if you folded a piece of paper. Like if you ever tried to fold a piece of paper, the most you can fold a piece of paper is like 7 times. It's kind of like that. And notice my triangles just went up to 48. So that's a lot higher. Like instantly got a lot higher. What I'm thinking that this leaf probably would have like each side go up. So I'm going to go over to my, what do I call these, nuggets? I like that. I'm going to go to my nugget tool, select those, and now I'm going to pull them up. Boom! Now it's not perfect on the rib, but that's okay because leaves are not perfect. So you do kind of want, like, in my mind, that's what makes things look realistic, is imperfect. imperfections, because that's pretty good. And then if I did want like the tip of this leaf to go down, oh, look at that. I'm so sorry. I'm just like immediately entertained by what we did. It's cute. It's perfect. Oh my gosh. And then you just put a bunch of those around and you have like a nice like patio veranda. Like, wow, that's perfect. But if you wanted this to be even more perfecter, you could hit A, get it all, select it all, and then subdivide it again. Now watch the triangles when I subdivide it. Boom, 48, 192. This is how you exponentially make your build gigantic. And so when I told old guy about, like, he's like, it's your trees were low triangles, I was like, well, that technically could have been, but because I did this, like, I don't need all of these faces in there. So there's, yeah, I could be way smarter than I am on that. All right, so like maybe the leaf goes like that. I don't know. I'm not feeling that as much. Let's see. Yeah, see, in my palm tree, you can see where I have like a hard right angle. I don't think I'd want that. But maybe like a little angle, like that. And then we have the shade smooth key. I don't even know what it's going to look like with... Ah, look at that. Look at that. Okay, so shade smooth, it kind of just like muddies it all together, I would say. I'm going to do that again. Yeah, that looked good. Look at the bottom of that leaf. I don't even know where I got this leaf from. I think I made it in AI, and I was going to put it around the cantina, but then I never did. So, let's see. I want to make this part go down. Uh-oh. Look at it. It didn't get something. So, let me try that again. Nope, it didn't get something. So if it's doing that and it's not picking up all of those, hit this, the X-ray. You know what? My brain thinks because this is see-through, it should have gotten those, but it's still the program. It's visually see-through to us, but Blender is not seeing through it. That's what's going on. All right, let's do that, and then grab this guy down here. So plants are such a good way of doing like a see-through texture like this. I mean, now I could take this, copy. I mean, this is why the palm tree was so fun, because then like the fun part is just making them all look realistic and giving them each a little personality. I'm like Bob Ross when it comes to this stuff. I'm like, oh, did you get hurt in a little windstorm? You're probably going to be over here. Happy little leaves. Okay, so we're 25 minutes in with like 10 minutes of gabbing, and we already have, you know, a freaking amazing, realistic looking plant leaf. And that to me is like power right there. Like, if you look at Decentraland and the version that they give you in the builder, like right here, it's slow poly, definitely. I don't know how many triangles this is. It's a lot of triangles. I remember trying to put this in the scenes that I made a long time ago, and it used up triangles. But like, honestly, why would you use this when you can use this at this point? I like this one a lot better. So look at it when, like right here, see how it looks white? And then on the bottom, it's like nice and dark. That is the specular. And Dr. Drip, again, shout out Dr. Drip, was the one that told me what specular was. And we'll see if we can change that. If you click on your leaf, I should click on all of them. Go down here again to texture, specular, just throw that down to 0 and watch what happens. Boom. Yeah, like, let's see. again, like this kind of plant actually is really glossy. So maybe this would be okay. This is like one of the few textures that a really high gloss looks appropriate on. But see, I like this better. This is gonna show up really nice. I'm really impressed with this so far. Okay, so those are cool. I don't know. I think they're mammoth elephant ears, Alstroemeria, I believe, or I used to be really into tropical plants. But since this is AI generated, it's whatever I want it to be. Let's make a palm tree next. I'm gonna take a drink of coffee. Make sure my throat lasts the whole time. And now let's make a palm tree. So let's go into a new Blender version. New one. X. And X. Back. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Okay, here's a hack. If I'm gonna make a bunch of stuff that's see-through, and I just made that one, and I like it, and well, I kind of messed it up already, like just by folding it all over. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, what I could do is just copy this, and then just paste it into my new one, and it would save so much time. Having like one asset like that is a super big time saver. But I didn't think about that, and I did all the subdividing. So I'm going to do this one really quick with you. But now we can see like exactly how quick it is. So it's 9:28. Can I do it in 1 minute? Can I make a transparent thing in 1 minute? Let's see. Image. I'm not teaching you at this point. This is not like don't expect you to get all this going too fast. Okay, all object edit, UV editing, all go over here. Okay, sound effects, resize it. We should have Blender battle then, and like we could see who could make a Oh, that's what we should do. Is like Blender Wars. We could see who can make something the quickest. All right, A, and then 9:28. Am I gonna make it? A, all. Okay. I was on the little side jiggy thingy. Make you guys small. And shading. Oh no, it takes so long to load it. 9:28. Okay, I'm 2 minutes in. Alpha and done. Okay, 2 minutes, literally, to do that. So here we go. I'm gonna do a palm tree. I got this part. I'm gonna make this like a little nice, and now I'm gonna move it over here because what I want is the palm tree trunk. However, here's something I want to teach you. If you look in here, you'll notice like I wouldn't say it's beautiful rock, but it's rock, right? That looks like good rock. That looks like psychedelic stripes. These look like psychedelic stripes. And I don't like that. I should have had that all be rock, but I was short on time, guys. I didn't have the time, so I didn't do it. And I'm going to show you how to avoid that, because with a palm tree, if you want it to look nice like this, where the bark isn't stripy like that, I'm going to call it the stripy thing, the stripy effect. When it's just, I don't know, stripy psychedelic. Let's show you how to avoid that. Oh, let's see. Harmony, I cannot reach the building. I'm passing through everything. Maybe reload? Harmony? I don't know. I will check back in a second. Alright, so when we have made items like trees before, we're going to add the cylinder, and we could add the texture to it. I've got a really nice bark texture. Let's see, where's my bark? What did I call it? Did I call it tree bark? Oh, I did. I did it in a different file. There it is. Okay. So, trees are so fun to make. I love making trees because you can just go into edit mode. I'm going to show you how not to do it first. And I'm going to show you what happens. Is like when we've talked about making a tree in the past, you hit E for extrude. See what I did there? See the stripy stuff? Oh, it already looks bad. So this is how not to do it, guys. Don't commit this to memory. I'm going to do E. I'm going to go like sideways. Oh no. This is how my first tree turned out, you guys. And I was like, dang it all. Like, well, I said a lot of not family-friendly words. And I was so frustrated because this looks good, and then this doesn't. And then I see people make cool trees on YouTube and stuff, and it's actually really easy. So, and actually it was a candy cane the first time I was trying to do it. So I'm gonna make a new cylinder. The thing is, you have to do this before you start messing with the extruder tool. I'm gonna add same texture, but I'm not gonna copy that other guy because his texture is no good to me. I need a good texture. Same texture. Okay, but before I extrude, you're gonna go up to options. Sorry, edit mode. And then options, correct face attributes. And now when you extrude, it's just gonna keep, I'm gonna try to make it like identical to this other one that we made. There you go. That is how you do it, guys. Options. Oops, gotta be in. Why is it not clicking that? Edit mode. Oh, it was clicked already. I don't know. Options, correct face attributes. If you want to extrude and keep your bark from getting all weird. Now, that bark is a pretty good pattern. Oh, look at, I don't know. I mean, if you look up close, obviously, maybe you can nitpick it. But, like, from far away, it'll look good. And I'm going to shade smooth that. The shade smooth kind of makes it, I don't know. I'm going to do that just because I didn't notice a huge difference. But yeah, that's like a really useful tool. I'm going to go back into edit mode and keep building my tree. This looks a little more pronounced there. This is so useful. If I would have done this in the tunnel under the cantina area, then I wouldn't have those psychedelic stripy things. And I think that that's so cool. Like if you can be building and make a tree like this. Let's see. Probably a little bit more. Okay, it's not great. It's a different texture than I used because it's not as bright as I remember. But that is a picture of a tree. I think I was in Arizona and saw a palm tree and I was like, ah, I need that. All right, so now we can go to putting our leaves up there. And you know, earlier I didn't keep a default one and I just started editing it. I think I'm going to put that guy over there. I'm going to do Shift D to duplicate, and then I'm going to leave this one because if I do need to go back and I just need the basic one, I don't have to spend the 2 minutes replicating it like I did earlier. Let's see. So also, I like to make sure that if I'm going to start editing it, I want it to be perfectly rotated. So right there, rotate a negative 89.4. I'm going to do negative 90 because then I know it's just spot on. I feel like that just takes away so many problems that could arise by having it perfect. All right. Now, let's see. I'm trying to decide, is it better to be in this? There we go. Or this. I guess this one. So again, we're going to subdivide it. Object, edit mode. And I'm trying to think. I really don't need the sides subdivided, but I think I'll do all of it. Alright, so subdivide. Just cut it all in half. Let's do it again. Subdivide. And I'm going to grab my statistics right here so I can see 192. This right here is where it's going to start getting the most triangles. And we don't need it there. It's just, for now, I'm going to leave it. Subdivide again. Okay, so I have a good grid. 768. I think the ones that I made for the cantina were way higher than that. Go back into X-ray mode. And then try to get this. Let's see. So I think I'm going to leave these middle ones as they are. And then start distorting it from here. So like that palm frond goes down. Oh, and then this is kind of something you got to do too. It's just messes it up a little bit. Oh gosh, what did I do? Of course, now I have to cough. Okay, that was too extreme. What did we do there? Oh. I see. It's not this one. I'm seeing the palm frond next to it on, like, when you're doing this, like, UV editing, if your asset is over here, it looks on this like you're just going to go into the nether, but it's not. It's going to repeat this forever. So, like, if I did this and just brought it down forever, I'm going to have, like, a printing press of palm fronds. And they're just going to go on forever. So that's all. I was, like, looking at one. So I just got to make sure I'm looking at my palm frond. There. Okay, those are the ones that belong to that. Although now it's really weird looking. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I am a cougher when I get sick. Alright, I'm going to just undo all of it until there. It's kind of easier to... That's so weird. I mean, to me, I'm like thinking this is picking up that, but it's changing it so quickly and so weird. I'm like, I don't know. Alright, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to keep moving. I'm going to try to keep moving these without moving that. There. I can really make that, like, this one will be a palm frond for, like, kind of in the middle, I think. And if you want to, if you're going to do something like this just to get really, better at Blender, this is such a good way to practice. Because you can do three, you can do the bottom leaf that I described that points down to the earth. You can do the top leaf that points upwards, and then the middle one. And it will definitely teach you how to do this. Alright, so there you go. It's picking up some weirdness on the side there, but we'll worry about that later. I think it's just, yeah, see. You can kind of see that there. All I have to do is move that. And it just goes away. Okay, so that's cool, but not realistic at all. So you still got to add some movement. I'm thinking that, let's just do this. Let's move it over. Like, I used to do a lot of paint classes with my students and my staff. Like sip and paint, but we were at a high school, so we just drank water Um, but I would teach him painting a lot, and like I love painting, and I don't know, like I get into the painting, so I try to be in the scene. Like, um, what kind of tree is this? Is it a windy day? Like, what has this leaf been through? Has it been through like hurricanes and it's kind of hurt? I would say like this part of the leaf is strong and supportive, like it can support itself, but probably right around here, the weight of the rest of the leaf would start having an effect on the gravity, the shape of it. Oh, that not looking good. So sometimes if you're modifying it, you gotta go back. Oh, what is happening? All right, let's check on our map. Here's what's happening. Ugh. Okay. That is really distorting it. So I don't want to do that. I wonder if I could have avoided that by bending it. See how I did like the convex curve, like without, like I did this before I did the spine. Let's see, let's test this theory. I'm gonna take the one that works, that I know it's good, and that way I don't have to like start over from scratch. It's already ready to go. Let's see, move it, negative 91, 90, pretty close. Now, same thing, I'm gonna subdivide, I want it to be exactly the same, but let's see what happens if instead of making the palm fronds like dangle down first, let's see if we can make it kind of go down like this first. And I think we need to grab that. Yeah, at that point it gets kind of distorted. Oh, I'll have to check on though. I don't know what's exactly happening on those settings, so I will have to see what I can do to avoid that. I'm gonna move it over here. Just actually, I'm gonna hide that one. Okay, so now I can do the same thing. Actually, I think that other one, did we have it subdivided one more time, I think? Yeah, see how it's being weird. I want to say it's a setting like proportional editing, but I don't know for sure. All right, well, anyway, um, I did it last time, so I wonder what am I doing to make it act like that. But for the sake of our palm tree today, I, the ones at the cantina actually are like super subdivided. I should find those files. Let's do this. Turn it around. Because I want to show you how to animate it also. Um, when I made the cantina ones, I was really new to all this. Like, I was back from Argentina, fired up, ready to like take on the world, at least take on YouTube videos. And but I couldn't, yeah, there were some things with the editor back then that don't exist now, and so I was like fighting against that to try to figure out how do I get multiple things to be animated on one scene. Now I'm sure that it's way easier, but at the time I was like, no. So I found a go around, like a cheaper way to do it. I call it cheaper, but no cost involved. All right, almost there. Some of the cantina ones you can see they don't like connect just because the palm is different than the rest of it. Let's do two more. Make these guys go up. All right, maybe two more. Okay, that's good because that's going to show you what we're doing here. I'm going to hide the trunk. I'm just going to go over here, click hide, and oh, I'm going to get rid of our ugly trunk. Delete that. Okay, so I'm going to join these all into one object. I'm going to highlight them all, right click, and of course nothing shows up. Sometimes it's like that. Look at this. So can I do that again? I can't replicate it. Sometimes you'll grab everything and then hit right click and nothing happens. The join button doesn't come. And so when that happens, I found that if you grab some of them and then hold shift down and grab the rest, then join comes. So I'm going to join them together so now you can see it. It put them all into one. Now make sure before you do this, I'm going to do Control Z. It might be safe just to duplicate them all and put them over here. Once you join them together, I mean maybe you can unjoin them, but I don't think so. See, now it won't join. So if I do that, yeah, see, it won't join. So I'm going to grab these and then shift and these and now join. Active object is not a selected mesh, but you did it over here. You just did it. Okay, what in the heck? Join. You just did it. Like, seriously. See, can I join those? Yeah, I joined those. Okay. Well, then those guys will sit over there. This will bring over. So sometimes Blender it's not having it. So Blender, I understand you. Some days I'm not having it either. All right, I'm going to bring up my keyframes. Got 10 minutes left. I want to get this guy animated. So I'm like low-key really proud of how I figured out how to animate my trees because I wanted to have it all procedurally animated and reflective on wind coming in. And I know there's ways you can do it in Blender, but I just don't have those skills. I didn't have them 2 years ago. I still don't have them. So I found a poor man's way of doing it. So I'm going to have my item selected, hit I, and that's going to add a keyframe. And then I'm going to move maybe 50 frames. Oh, and the point of origin is right here. I need it to be in the middle. Because if I start rotating it based on that point of origin, that's going to look dookie. So, set origin, I just right-clicked. Usually like center of mass. That might not be perfect, but my tree is not perfect. Alright, so I'm going to just slowly rotate and then hit I. And then I can see, oh no, oh my gosh, look what happened. I don't know why I'm teaching classes. I should be teaching. Okay, so since I set my first keyframe, and the point of origin was over there, and then I changed the point of origin, and it's over here, it like moved the whole thing. So I'm just going to delete that first keyframe, put this guy here, start that, and now I'm going to maybe less dramatically do that. So now, there. So anytime you mess with the point of origin, especially in animating, it might mess it up. So no biggie, no biggie. All right, so then I'm just gonna animate a few back and forth, like maybe a little movement here, and then again, I'm thinking like, is there a big breeze that comes along? There might be a big breeze on this next one, so I might need to like really make it go to the right, and then let's see. The first one, to get it to end, and so there's not like a clip, I'm gonna copy, and then I'm gonna paste that first frame on the last one. So always remember, guys, in animating, whether it's in Blender or in emotes, your first animation clip, your first keyframe should be the same as your last keyframe. And if you do that, there won't be any place that shows that you stopped. Okay, I lied. There might be a little bit, especially if you are nitpicking, you start looking at your projects and you're like, I can see where it stops. I mean, I think that's what, like, I can always see the flaws in my emotes and stuff. But The trick is making sure that most people don't see them. Alright, so that is part of it, like going in the wind. But if you notice the palm trees at the cantina, they don't just go back and forth. There's a little sideways action, so right here, I'm just going to tilt it up and then hit I for the keyframe. I'm not going to do that again. I'm just going to let it. So like that one, it's just going to stretch up, down, back, and then maybe this one I'll also do up again. And now I can watch it look more natural. Ooh, that was like, that's way too fast. Okay. Like right there. Okay, right there it was too fast. And then that one. So that one maybe I just want to like, you can either bring the keyframes back or you can move the animation. Okay, that looks like dookie. Let's get rid of that. Down, back. Maybe we just want it to be like slow. And see how I'm turning it like on all the sides there. That's okay. Yeah, that actually makes it look way more natural. So maybe I'll do that here. I think you can just spend hours like fine-tuning it. Oops, I did not add a keyframe. So if you do that and you like make the change, but you don't hit I, usually it doesn't stay. Okay. Alright, there's one more magic that I think, this is the part I'm like, ooh, I'm so smart, but I'm not. I mean, I think it was like a good idea. So, all I did was, oh snap, I didn't do that. Okay, don't do that. All I did, highlight it, shrink it, tiny bit. So if you look at the palm trees at the cantina, you'll notice they kind of shrink. And it just makes it, it looks like it's moving in a different way. Let's see, should I do it there? I'll do it here too. There, get the palm back. Okay, so that shrinking, it just kind of moves, I don't know, like it just moves it all in a different way. And one thing I hate about my trees, if you look carefully at them, they are all moving at the same time. Like, oh, Chrono, good idea. Okay, I need that. Okay, I'm gonna hit you up after this. So you can see they are all like left, right, left, pause, down, left. Most of my animations, I'm always doing them separate so that they don't look identical. I hope this makes sense. I hope that this part, let's see, I don't have to move up there, I just need to move my camera up there. So I rotate my trees, but you can still see that's the same animation. And look, I didn't get lazy, I just, sometimes you can't see it in the builder where they connect. When I first made this scene, I think I had them all very separate. And so they were all, you know, like perfectly animated. But then I think that this also creates the illusion of wind. Like when they all move at once, that's what a forest would do in the real world. If a wind came through, it would make all of them move at once. But sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. The other weird thing that I don't always like is sometimes they have this very white look, and depending on like if you're further away, it can be kind of distorting. But then as you get closer, it looks better. Hello. Thank you everybody for being here. It's always funny when I come back and I realize I'm not talking to myself, and so I should stop making my silly jokes to myself and only me laughing at them. Anyway, there it is. We're an hour in, and we have a. I could have cleaned up the base, like made them all pivot on the center, but essentially we have a palm tree. I think my other palm trees would laugh. No, they're loving. They're accepting palm trees, so they would not laugh at this guy. They would be very happy to have this palm tree on the land. So there it is. Transparent textures. One more important thing that I should say, and I'm going to see if I can just make a example of this really quick if I have the texture in here. There's one other important thing. If you're going to do textures, and probably should have told you this at the beginning. Oh, let's see. I don't know where it is, so I'm just going to use a Santa hat. Let's see if that works. Santa hat. Oh, that's weird. Okay, never mind that. Okay, important thing. It has to be a PNG file. It cannot do this on a JPEG. So if you have a JPEG and you're trying to go in here and do it, it is not going to work. So make sure, so like this one, PNG, make sure it's a PNG file. There's something about JPEGs that it just, transparent backgrounds don't work. So just, if you're sitting there and you're pulling your hair out, I guess maybe that would be one more thing to check. Oh, and let's check the specular, guys. Where does the how does the specular look on this? Specular. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in because I want us to see. Is there a difference? Didn't see much of a difference on that one. How about these guys? Specular. Oh, okay. So I already had it down. Maybe it's, I'm thinking, maybe it's because I did it earlier, but no, this is a brand new document, so I don't know. I must have had it lower at the beginning, but always play with that specular, see what it can do for your fun stuff. I'm just gonna look at it one more time. Specular. Yeah, 0. Oh, interesting. Okay, I must have messed with it. Maybe it came that way. I don't know. Now I'm like, how did that happen? But yeah, thank you everybody for listening. If you have any questions, I will stay on here for a few more moments, see if there's any questions on that. If not, movement is life. Movement is life. Wind is everywhere. And I think one of the best things that they did in the client 2. Like the new client, was add wind, because really nothing is standing still. Nothing should be standing still. If you have a scene and you have a tree, it should be moving. If you have water, it should be rippling. I'm a hypocrite. My water isn't working. I know it's broke. I need to fix it. But try to put in as much movement as you can, because I think that that's what really brings our world to life without knowing it. It's like a nonverbal clue. But we're humans. We've lived our whole life in this world, this physical world. And so we know, like, if there's movement right here, that's cool. That's normal. Like, those trees down there, they're moving. Zoom in. Like, look at how they did it. They probably did a plugin. They didn't sit there and hand animate it. But it'd be so easy to do that. Just get a bunch of little shapes. The grass, I don't know if any of the grass here is moving. Yeah, it is. Okay, so all of that is moving, which means the shadows are moving, which just means, like, this place has life because it has movement. Now, if you compare that to, you know, just my little, these plants from the first builder, they're not moving. They're dead. So that's why animation is so important. Like why, I don't know, just like for me, animation, it's the thing that we can do to bring this place to life. So, um, move our stuff, and if you need help animating, let me know. I am gonna look through here and see if there's questions I missed. I'm sorry about the build today. I hope it wasn't too much of a headache. Um, let's see. Yes, get your OP badge. Get your OP badge. Let's see. And I don't know why, Harmony, I don't know why it's not working for you. That's weird. Although, because of my deploying, maybe it's because of that. Okay, so Chrono, I gotta hit you up on that. Screencast keys. I've wanted that for so long, and I've sat there and, like, chat GPT'd it. Oh no, was the elevator not working? See, I'm traumatized. I'm traumatized if the elevator isn't working. Because early days of Decentraland, the elevators wouldn't work. And, um, yeah, so trying to use this piece of land and, like, chop it up into two scenes. I can't have a screen up here, and I can't have the screen down below at the same time, because they'll bug each other. Like it'll mess it up. It'll play odd, like double audio. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is like Monday nights after Sinful's event, I'm gonna have to take the screen away, and all it is like, actually I'll show you because it's so ghetto. It's like, all right, hold on one second. It's this poor scene, guys. This poor scene. Um, because I'm deploying through the SDK6. Um, it's pretty funny because this is not how Foundation wants me to do it. And they're like, "We'll help you," and I'm like, "No," because it just works. But this poor thing, that's why I mean it's like kind of getting um, chopped apart, and like things aren't working. Like the water isn't working. Here you can see it load. That's the cool thing about these old scenes. They'll load slowly for you. Too many triangles. Alright, so like this is what it should look like today. Scene down below. Um, but instead I've got the scene up above. So what I have to do between Sinful and me is now take the screen. I'm not going to delete this because this thing is so important because it just works. Sinful he will be so mad if I deleted it. And then for his show, it's up there. And then for my show, it's down here. And then I have the other, this is so fun. I have the sign for his hiding in the bushes. So, oh no, I hid it up above. Okay, so then all I have to do is bring that sign down here, but it's still there in the build. I guess there's other ways I could do it. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't know. I build my way. So if you come up here during the week and it's kind of crazy, it's probably just because it's not Sinful's Day, and then we'll put it down there. That is just temporary until I'm gonna make Sinful a nice home. He deserves a nice home, a nice place to be. So this is a temporary place until then. Okay, so if you guys have, thank you, Chrono. I see that you messaged a link. I didn't know, and I figured I won't like click into like DMs while I'm live, just because there might be launch codes in there. But thank you so much, you guys. Can't wait to see what you build, and let me know if you have any questions. And thank you for being here this week. And otherwise, keep building cool stuff. And we will see you next week. And I want to see everybody's palm trees. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Have a good day.